So this is going to be the earliest I've ever gone to try to get fucking toilet paper. And remember, even when I've gone super early, it's been, I mean, people go, I have still yet to get there by 7:30. It just isn't happening, you know? And also, I'm not showering. I'm rebelling against the fucking decree. You know, remember, it's make sure you shower. You know, you hold up inside your house and so blah, blah, whatever, but you can't smell. Fuck that shit. I'm not showering. And I did 5+ miles power walk last night. I'm not fucking showering. I'm not showering. Exhausted. I'm gonna go and get fucking hopefully get food. Oh, and remember I washed the dog crap off of these? Well, the weather washed the dog crap off of them after they were out all winter. They might not have quite as, I don't know, but these new ones, the V3, the tongue on the sneaker's not long enough, and these keep coming untied, and I have them in the same type of special, which I never knew all these years. Never even knew there was a way to tie your sneakers that make it far less likely for them to come untied. I always did the traditional thing, you know. You learn shit all the time. I learn shit all the fucking time. I'm getting the place clean. I learned to call my mom. I did the paperwork yesterday. Churchwoman drove me. I didn't, they wanted me just in and out of there and I refused. I'm sure they didn't like that. They expect you to just be good and just sign this. And I'm like, I'm reading it. And then I asked questions and they were busy and I don't care. Again, my mother, not your loved one, okay? I know you're busy. I at least signed the electronic thing you sent out to try to get on the ballot. Apparently nursing facilities are really strapped. At least this, I think this, I mean, at least here in Massachusetts, that's what we're dealing with, but it's probably common other places. But anyway, they're strapped for cash, and this was before the pandemic, so they are asking for electronic signatures because they need enough signatures to get on the ballot. But there's probably not even going to be an election anyway. I don't know. Joe agreed with me that it's foolish that you know, if you don't have the virus, why are you going to take the hydrochloroquine or whatever, and Trump's taking it? Like, what the hell? And then you have other people saying it's irresponsible of him to say he's taking it because there are doctors, real doctors, saying that it can be very dangerous for certain people to take that. Why are you going to take anything? It's not a preventative. It's so if you have it, it's the whole world has gone mad, upside down, crazy, insane. Anyhow, I'm gonna return those sneakers. I'm with Roadrunner. By the way, I'm following all that. They sent that stretching thing, and I followed it. I did it before I left last night. I left when it was still light out, but it was getting dark. It was dark by the time I got back. When my sneakers don't come untied, I can really do. I don't have to keep stopping to untie the sneakers. So that's the bad thing about that new design of that. It's different. The tongue, and I've been pissed about that. And then the sneakers are coming untied. And these ones, which are the V2 that I've got for years, the sneakers didn't come untied. They did, but not like they do constantly with those ones. So I'm going to return those. Or exchange them for V2s if they still have V2s. I'm going nuts having the sneaker come untied. It fucks my equilibrium, you know. It fucks with not my equilibrium, my momentum. It fucks with it. If I'm trying to jam and, you know, and my weight's not even going down, my weight has gone up. That's pissing me off too. So I have to double down. I'm going to be having this once a day as a meal replacement. I purchased this, and it also doubles as a multivitamin. So it serves two purposes, and whatever it costs doesn't matter because it's gonna, you know, it's not hundreds of dollars, and it's gonna double as a vitamin and a meal replacement, and I'm gonna start having it every single day for lunch with whatever nut milk, almond or coconut or oat or whatever. So I did another experiment with feet in the dryer in the laundry room, and it didn't come out good. The feet don't look good. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. It didn't come out good. And I did a light down by the camera. It just is not coming out good. I'm not sure what to do about that. I didn't like how my feet look. I can't get them to look nice and clear like they do here. It doesn't work out that way when I do it sitting on the dryer. It just doesn't work. I shut off the overhead light so there'd be no glare. I did the other light facing the other direction, and I put one light on the floor, and that didn't work. I think the only way it would really work is if we had really bright daylight, and then it would not be any glare from any kind of regular light, and that would probably work. But that's not going to happen because all my boxes are in there and it's blocking the window. I can't open the window. I can't have enough daylight. It's not going to work. Not gonna work, people. Not gonna work. Not gonna work. I wore my old winter coat last night because it still need a coat, but it was too, I didn't want to wear my new coat, you know. At least my old winter coat is shorter, and it doesn't have a zipper, so I don't. fucking shit. I know I'm not the only one surprised by that. Would be surprised. No. I didn't know until today. An hour ago. Less than an hour. Only because I went to investigate. I was wondering who Stone Sour was. I investigated and I found out the truth. Slipknot, who I don't like and have never liked, has the same lead singer as Stone Sour. Which I know Stone Sour not that much. I know it from Music Choice, song number 3, and then This Song's Dumb, So Am I. I think that's the only ones I've heard. Again, I've been reading a lot of lyrics. Some bands I've read lyrics from their albums, from previous albums, or current albums, or most recent albums. And they're just may very well be, but it's very rare. There might be other songs that I might like if I listen to them. It's amazing, all the songs that get written, no one ever runs out of ideas. It's crazy. Every time I discover a new song that I love, I get excited. Like really, really excited. Most songs, that's not the case. Most songs I don't love. Most songs I don't love. I bought a fucking album. What was that album? Can't remember. Oh, All American Rejects. I buy their album because I liked one song and I literally hated every other song on that album, on the CD. Hated it. Like, hated every song on the album except for that one song that I don't even remember it now. But I hated every other song. Hated them. Hated them. Didn't even like them a little bit. Hated them. Like, fuck. Paying $15 for a CD, and I just assumed I would like the other songs because I liked the one song. And I think I still like the one song. This was back years and years ago. I don't remember. But I hated the rest of the songs. They sucked to me, and I didn't like them at all. That's not, of course, always the case. There could be bands that I love every song on their album, but in the All American Rejects, one song, I hated the rest of them. Then I learned my lesson, didn't I? I learned my lesson. Learned my lesson. I don't buy CDs anyway. That was pre-MP3 player. Exist. But I learned my lesson. CDs are probably obsolete by now. They skip. They don't last very long. And but don't buy a CD unless with all the other songs, you don't assume. I bought John Legend. My mom bought that CD for her because she loved the song All of Me, and it's a beautiful song, All of Me. I hated she didn't like the songs on that album, that CD. We didn't like the other songs. They were completely different than All of Me. Didn't like them at all. They weren't I'm not into that anyway, but it wasn't her cup of tea either. Didn't like them. Just thought we would she thought she would like them because of All of Me. All the other songs were very vastly different on that album than All of Me. Like night and day different. I'm like, oh my God, what is this? Now Adele, of course, you love every song. Every song is like, wow. you're an Adele fan. I like certain Adele songs. But every fucking song on that is genius, you know. Not that John Legend, it doesn't matter. They could be genius songs. It just wasn't my mom's cup of tea. And it wasn't for me, it was for her. But I do really like the song All of Me, and the rest of the songs on that album were vastly, just not even remotely what we thought they were going to be. My mom never even wanted to listen to the damn thing. I wore shorts walking home yesterday, but I did not wear shorts at night. It started getting cool anyway. I wasn't gonna wear shorts, so I did wear shorts walking home. It has to be warm. It can't be even a little bit cool. It was 73 in this house last night, and I was still cold. I get cold. I bought organic lemons yesterday. No, not yesterday. The day before. Yesterday I didn't go to the store. Yesterday I left late at night. Not late at night, but you know. So this is what I've always been doing is the half a lemon. And I usually do the apple cider vinegar separate during the day. But the new thing, Jeanette Bay sent out is from her, but she shared it. I'm gonna do half a lemon, organic lemon, and a teaspoon of apple cider. Oh, remember I was talking about I wouldn't feel the same even though I wasn't interested, okay? Years ago, I was at a karaoke place and, just for the night because that's what I do. I was, this guy had whatever, had talked to me and he shared something personal and said, whatever, I want to dancing with him and that, of course but he wound up asking me out and I said, no, okay? Because I knew that I can't date anyway and I knew that I would not want to go out with him. He was cute enough for that night in that moment to have fun in that moment and that was it, okay? But did I fault him for asking me out? No, of course not. I just said, I'm sorry, I'm not interested, Actually, I don't even know if he asked me out. He might have had his friend do it. But whatever. I think he might have had his friend do it. And I said no. And I'm sorry, but I have no interest in him. I already know I would have absolutely no interest in this guy, okay? But I didn't fault him for asking me out, and I But the guy at the grocery store, just because I'm smiling, because remember, I usually always do that at stores. I smile and say hi or whatever. If you work at a grocery store and I'm smiling at you, being friendly, that is not an indication that I want you to fucking ask me out. My God. I just want to make that clear. If I'm at a bar or something, like this guy, I got to dance, and he wanted to go out with me. Of course he did. I had no interest in him whatsoever. Whatsoever. But I showed him a good time that night, you know. He had a memorable night with me, let me tell you. But that's the most it was ever going to be, okay? But if I'm at the fucking library, if I'm at like a grocery, you know, those things happen within whatever, but that's just somebody who's weird, right? You can ask a woman out if you're like talking to her and having a rapport with her. Not if you work at a fucking grocery store as a person that, you know, and just because I'm friendly, you asked me out, like, oh my God. I couldn't even believe it. I was flabbergasted. He like handed me a piece of paper or something when you go out with, oh my God, get out of my face. I think he handed me a piece of paper. Yeah, I think he did. Oh my God, not in any fucking universe. Not in any fucking universe. Not in, oh my God. Now with the pandemic and with the mask on, I can't be smiling at anybody and friendly with anybody, you know? This guy who worked at this grocery store was not even, like, I'm in shock he even had the bravery to fucking ask me out, okay? He must have just been whatever, okay? Because he wasn't get away from me, like. I was in shock. I literally was in shock. Now, the guy at the library I'd actually been talking to just because, you know, you can talk to people who sit next to you at the library. It's not an indication to fucking ask me out. But he was aggressive about it. And then he has a resume trying to show, oh, I don't know, I was in the military and I did this job and oh my God, I couldn't even believe it. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I was caught so off guard. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Crazy fucking shit. Like I said, he was a little aggressive. The guy at the grocery store, you know, and this all happened when, you know, this happened when I was constantly walking to the fucking library every day because and going, you know, because I had nothing here. just want to make that clear. I would never put down or ridicule or laugh at a guy if I've spent the night, you know. Oh, but again, it's within that moment. It just happened to be a guy that was, you know, he's okay, and he was talking to me, and we wound up dancing, you know. Limited, you don't really dance at karaoke, you know, but anyhow. Him asking me out, oh yeah, that's sweet, but I have no interest. I don't date anybody. Date, yeah, joke. All I know, that night I was out, my mom was home here in the middle of some sort of breakdown or pre-breakdown or whatever, I don't even know, you know. I don't remember, might have been. Sometimes if I want to get away, you know. But I would never fault a guy like that for asking me out. I could see why he did. He got at the time of his life, probably. Because I had someone to dance with, and I love to dance, you know, and I dance the way I dance, and so. But I said no. I'm gonna go out with him. No interest. I have no interest in pretty much anybody. Did the thing with Foot Guy and Beach Guy back in 2013 because I wanted to be safely touched. That's all. And safely touched means also not, you know, going out on some little date because I might get a kiss or I might get whatever, or bullshit. I mean safely emotionally too. Psychologically or whatever. Can't go out on any fucking little date. I had zero interest in this guy. But again, he was halfway, you know, he was attractive enough, he was nice enough, and we danced, you know. That was it. That was the extent of it. And we talked a little bit. So in his eyes, I probably was mega interested in him because that's what I do, you know. You know, I'm not going to be a jerk. I'm going to be nice and I'm going to be whatever. And I'm not going to fault you for asking me out, but I'm going to fucking say no. I only fault you if you're some creep at the library or some grocery person, you know, who doesn't, you know, who's asking me out. Clearly he doesn't know, because the pretty blonde, I'm going to ask the pretty blonde out. She smiles at me, or when she's asking me where to find something in the store. My God. Fuck. Oh my God. Big news flash.